This video and all other videos on this channel are for entertainment purposes only. The content of this video and all other videos on this channel are the opinions of the creator only and do not constitute legal, trading, investment, or financial advice of any kind. Investing carries a high level of risk and the majority of retail clients lose money. Do not invest any capital unless you understand the risks and you are prepared to lose it all. Right, hello and welcome to Camel Finance. I'm your boy Camel and I'm running a little bit late this morning, but we are still doing a 35k subs live stream party on Thursday this week at around midday UK time. So be sure to come and celebrate that with us. As a thank you, Slice have given us a 90% discount for you guys to come and try the platform out for a month. So if you want to try it out, you can have a 90% discount using Camel90 as your discount code. Ben has been very kind and given me 15 codes for a lifetime discount to the indicator. So we're going to be giving away those as well. And I will also be generating some one-time use merch store codes for people to get things like mugs and jumpers and tell that to the bond market merch and cycle PDFs and whatever else you want, really. So do come along on Thursday midday UK time and try and claim some free stuff. Over in the world of Bitcoin, so far so good, right? The indicator picked a low, and talk about timing, right? Once again, this indicator has proved that it is so powerful in more ways than just finding tradable lows or painting the lows on the charts for you in case you're newer to cycle theory. When you truly understand how to set this thing up and interpret it, it continues to have a 100% track record at detecting momentum when no one else can see it. So again, incredibly powerful stuff. Make sure you're here on Thursday to try to claim one of those 15 codes. I saw this today and I thought we'd quickly touch on this. October never fails, okay? Seasonally, October is a very bullish month. I think it will be this month as well. Although, talk about September being a bit lackluster, right? Everyone was talking about a red September and all this kind of thing. But realistically, these seasonal tendencies are just that, right? They are tendencies. They don't really carry a great deal of weight because they can change at any given time. I saw this and I thought, wow, what if that Josh Mann crazy guy is correct and we go to 444, right? What if the banana zone is really here, right now? What if October is going to mark the start of the final leg to the ultimate all-time high for this 4-year cycle? If so, it may well be looking to repeat the 79 gold fractal. So we get the two touches here, of course, okay? Then we get a quick rejection back to the bottom of the range before running up, pulling back and going. And so far we've got the two touches here, okay? We have moved up, we've pulled back to the bottom of the range before moving here, rejecting. All that's left now is to absolutely send into the end of the year. I'm not sure why this fractal here shows us going, 26, 27, 28. I'm not sure why this has to take 3 years to play out when in gold it all happened in the space of no time at all. But obviously, Bitcoin tends to be gold on steroids, right? It tends to move in the same manner as gold, but just way quicker. So I think we could get this done all inside of about 8 weeks. That would not surprise me at all. How high it goes is anybody's guess, okay? I'm not trying to pretend like I know the top number, but I do think we've been coiling and compressing for long enough now that it's time to blow some steam off here, time to vent some pressure and see volatility return to the market once more. I did notice that Ben Cohen here is calling for Bitcoin dominance to actually move back higher. He says, fade the Altseason callers again as liquidity shall return to the king. And I thought at first, I don't really know, right? This is not something I track, Bitcoin dominance really, but I did check in on the chart having seen this post from Ben. And it kind of looks like maybe we've just got a repair in here and we're about to kind of move our way back up. Now, it could easily be that this is just breakdown, retest, resumption. It could also, of course, easily be breakdown, consolidation before moving to the downside. But if it does do this, then again, it would kind of speak to the alt-season people being offside yet again, right? It would actually speak to this no broad-based alt-season idea being correct. It would speak to not being late stage enough in the cycle to get the true breakdown. And I have been extremely consistent in saying even if we did get a breakdown, I don't think it goes back to the lows. So it'll be interesting to see if that continues to play. The total 2 idea of mine as well. I do wonder if this is max pain, right? I mean, so far, this fractal is significantly below this, okay? And the price made a new higher high briefly, which I wasn't really anticipating, but does it look that different to you? I'm not really sure, right? And again, this would kind of speak to this not being the same market that people think it is. People think this is exactly the same as all prior instances, but it just isn't, right? There's just so many more altcoins out there. There's so much dilution. There's institutional players here. There's a distinct lack of retail investment. There's a distinct lack of breadth in the altcoin market. And remember, at the same time, it was always, oh, we need the Russell 2K to move into expansion. And I was what? And I was always extremely loud about this, to say correlation does not equal causation, and the guy that made that up is indeed just made that up. Meanwhile, the Russell off the lows just continues to rip higher, right? It is working on getting the range break above all the prior highs, and it's probably got a quick snap into the end of the year before it violates this trend line spectacularly to the downside, and we take the profit from the dip buy-in back when I was making videos, jumping up and down, screaming I'm a contrarian, and people were calling me crazy. But I think hopefully, once and for all, we can put this to bed, right? We can see total 2 roll over and break down. as the Russell 2K blows off. And then finally, we can see that, you know, to say silly things and lull the majority of market participants into believing a false narrative, like the Russell 2K needs to move into expansion for alt season to occur. I mean, think about it. Why on earth do small cap stocks need to move higher to give permission to altcoins to moon? Like, what are you talking about? Who drives small cap stocks? Institutions. Who drives altcoins? Retail and whales. The two are not correlated, okay? So again, I'm not trying to pee in anyone's cereal or put out anyone's campfire. I'm simply trying to point at this and say, know your levels, okay? Because if I get this fractal out of the way for the moment, you absolutely must, if you're an altcoiner, have some levels on the charts, not just the indexes like this Total 2, for example, but you've got to have some areas where you say, okay, like we've got breakdowns, or you draw it here and say, okay, oops, if we lose this level, wherever that level is, okay, then I'm going to be out of my position. So I do think it's extremely important to have these kind of levels setting up and on your individual altcoin holdings, because if something like this is in play, it's going to catch so many people out. And you think, like, you've got potentially the stock market looking at a 60, 70, 80% decline top to bottom. Bitcoin's going to do the same thing. What do you think is going to happen to, like, Shiba Inu? Right? Like, that thing is going down 99.9%. And you definitely don't want to be holding it for 12 months as we exit the bull phase of the 4-year cycle and it starts to head for these lows. Now, again, hopefully I'm wrong about this, right? Hopefully what happens is this, okay? And everyone can come back here and say, ha, I told you so, Carol, you're an idiot. That's what I've always been cheering on, because it doesn't make any odds to me, right? And I put so much time into this channel to try to help other people make money that, of course, people will be richer if I'm wrong about this idea. It won't cost me anything to be wrong. It'll cost everyone else for me to be right. Yeah, so hope I'm wrong, right? Pray I'm wrong. By all means, come back and laugh at me if I'm wrong. But also, just draw a simple trend line somewhere on these charts and say, if we trade below that low, I will exit my positions, right? I will lock in whatever I've got and protect against the downside. And then if you get a breakout like this, okay, and it turns around, well, there's always a place to draw a trend line here and get back in on a breakout, right? There's always some place where you can manage your risk around on the chart. But just keep an eye out, because I don't know, man, this to me does not look like a serious upside breakout here. It actually looks like it's getting distributed into. It looks very much like something like this is occurring. And again, if this happens, how many people will actually be blindsided? Most market participants in the crypto space will. Meanwhile, the institutions are just going to keep bidding small cap stocks, right? And using their ETFs and this kind of thing. And the two, of course, are not related, because those institutional traders don't need altcoins. They're getting those kind of returns from the commodity markets at the moment, right? This is platinum, right? This is where the institutions are focused, right? Here, they're focused on gold like this. Baby, at some point, I have to be able to do some work. You know that. People mock Camel for not having a real job all the time, don't they? Eh? Anyway, you smell. So anyway, my point is simply this, okay? Have some levels, know your levels, and get ready to take some profit, okay? Or do your own thing, right? Diamond hand forever, and hope I'm wrong. But the Camel Crew, the members, and yours truly, we're getting ready to take some profit, but just not yet, right? Because we're still mooning to the upside for gold and silver, as you can see. Okay, still mooning to the upside. Miners and mining stocks still mooning to the upside. Happy days there. Russell 2K, as I showed you, okay, still mooning, as is the semiconductors, right? All still above the levels. The stock market refusing to give anyone an entry here. I hope this is A, B, C, right? The first drive, counter and bounce. I hope a second drive is coming, and then we can get behind that. And last but not least, Bitcoin, right? Let's get rid of this. We don't need this anymore. Indicator knows what's up, okay? All we need now is a break above about 116k, and we'll cement this was the right count all along. We'll cement the weekly cycle lows in play and behind us, and we're getting ready to go. I believe Bob Lucas tweeted yesterday that he actually wants to start a new 60-day cycle from here and label this as the weekly cycle, but I'm not going to do that for the simple reason that price did not breach the prior lows here. So I'm going to stand with my count for now, but it doesn't make a great deal of difference, right? Either way, it should be time to get a breakout soon. It should be time to start mooning, and then we're either doing my yellow squiggle as it was, right, like this, or we're going to be doing this from here instead. But either way, I'm extremely bullish going into the end of the year. And again, if you're an altcoiner, just watch those levels, right? Just watch those levels. I'm your boy Camel. Please do join us on Thursday for the live stream. If you're a Slice Crew member, check out the Slice content that's coming for you today. If you're interested in seeing that for the first time, you can, of course, use the 90% discount code. And other than that, have a fantastic day. All the best from me. Cheers. Bye.
Camel Finance, he's the man to see. Rocking the markets with his contrarian spree. Trades like a pro, no fear, no shame. Sticking to his guns in his money game.